This is SojuTalk, your weekly shot at K-pop. We're coming at you with a super spicy episode 207, and we're recording on October 10th, 2022. I'm Doug, and joining me today we got Warren.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
And Anita.
Hello.
And as a quick reminder, check out SojuTalk on your favorite podcast platform, sub to us on YouTube, and join the SojuTalk Discord and be a part of the nation. Links down below. Okay. No announcements or sponsors this week. We have a week. It's another week where it is SM versus YG versus JYP. We had this recently.
Right.
Episode 204 was Blackpink, NCT 127, and NMIX.
Ooh.
This week we are getting Seulgi's solo debut, Treasure, and Stray Kids. So it's happened like twice in the last month.
Big
That's
three.
kind of impressive. First song, Seulgi's solo debut with 28 Reasons. She's from SM. Debut 2014. Last three songs, the ones she did with Red Velvet were Feel My Rhythm, Queendom, and Naughty, which was the duo track with Irene. She has one music show win with Irene, 81 with Red Velvet, so 82 overall for her.
Okay.
Wow.
The best way to describe this song was that it was just super clean, right? Like,
I kissed your brother.
That honestly, that lyric really made me do a double take. I was like, "What?"
Me too, bro. I cringed. I watched it with my family, dude, and it was like, who's kissing whose brother right now? It's honestly just said to be provocative.
Yeah,
like,
it is.
Yeah. You could tell.
I mean, I guess it does have like it does make sense in terms of the narrative, but like when you begin with "I kissed your brother," I'm just like,
it's like, hey, yo, okay.
By the way, your brother, I kissed him. But I do agree, very clean song. Very minimal too. Like there's like a synth bass that's being like reused over and over throughout the song, but it's very, very impactful almost. It's. It has very similar textures to the do you guys know the Cash In Cash Out song by Pharrell, Tyler, and 21 Savage?
I don't think I'm familiar with it.
Cash in, cash out, cash in, cash out, cash out, cash out, cash out. That song? No?
Oh, okay. No, I know that song.
Yeah.
I know that song.
It has a bit of a similar intro, especially because like it both starts with 4 of the same notes, except that one is, you know, double the speed of this one. But I mean, that's the vibe I was getting. So I was like, oh, maybe we're gonna get something upbeat a little bit. And we got there slowly, but we had a very slow, almost ballady and like creepy bad girl moment kind of track with this one.
Yeah, they're going for creepy.
Yeah,
honestly.
Yeah,
they're going for yandere, things like that.
Oh,
yandere. Ooh.
Why did I say it like it was not Japanese? Dude?
Yandere. Ooh.
Yandere.
Ooh.
I said it like it was Spanish or something. I don't know.
Yandere.
Yandere.
No, I know exactly what you mean. Like there's like she's like wearing like what, leather straps and like very.
Bro, there's a belt outfit. There's like a I don't know how to describe. There's like a thong outfit.
A what?
Bro, no, if you look at one of the outfits in the chorus, right?
Yeah.
It's like you could see a lot of her underwear, dude.
I don't think I noticed.
know what you're talking about.
You didn't notice this? Go to 105. I thought that was the most notable outfit. I'm like, that's a weird outfit. 105.
Oh, it's a low rise. She's wearing low rise pants with swimsuit. That's what it is.
Yeah, I thought it was like WWE Lita back in the 2000s. You know exactly what I'm talking about.
No, I don't. I haven't watched WWE.
What? Okay, Lita, who was my favorite female wrestler back in like 3rd grade when I was 10, like 20 years ago.
3rd grade?
He wore her pants just like that.
Okay,
dude.
what's this person's name? Lita?
Lita, Lita, dude. That was literally her outfit back in the day. I swear to God.
Okay. Well. To put this into context, Y2K is the trending fashion trend, so maybe that's where this is. You know. Yeah.
Okay, I really disrailed this entire podcast.
Let's go back to Seulgi. 28 Reasons. She kissed her brother or my brother. I don't know.
She kissed her. Oh my God. No. Sweet Home Alabama. Okay.
Oh my God.
This song, the vocal riffs are so good and so SM at the same time.
Oh, 100%.
Oh,
Maybe
yeah.
a little
Right?
too much.
It was so much SM flavor in this song.
I remember like right before the 3rd chorus, like there's nothing but the SM yay thing. Like I'm not even trying to. And like, okay, honestly, I didn't hate it. I didn't hate it.
Yeah,
No,
bad.
it was so good. I honestly feel like that was one of the better iterations of it. And I'm thinking about the other folks who've done it, right? Taeyeon, people from aespa. I'm thinking this is one of this is up there. This is up there. It's it's up there. No.
No, this is up there. She's clearly a top tier talent. She's one of those people where we think about like who we always have these conversations on like who are the most talented people in K-pop, and we bring up a bunch of people. She's always on the list, to be honest.
Oh yeah.
Of those types of like, if you were drafting a team, she would be on the first round. Like this person is an obscenely talented individual. And she got to showcase a lot of that with her dancing. I really like how Red Velvet has this commitment to tutting. Like they did it in the Irene thing back in Seulgi and Irene did it. She has some elements of that in her choreo. She also has I don't know if it's considered voguing or not, but when they do like this stuff, there's like these two Japanese girl dancers who did this back in the day, right?
Voguing, yeah. Voguing, whacking.
Is that voguing and whacking? Okay.
Yeah. She's incorporating all of these different dance styles into her choreography, which I think is really cool. The vocals are, of course, fantastic. This is a great package. I think it's the perfect encapsulation of Seulgi's talent pool in a song.
Right. The thing about Seulgi is that she's a very well-rounded player, right? She's a great vocalist.
Yep.
She's a great performer. She's a great dancer. And I feel like the music video does capture a lot of that of her abilities as a performer as well. We're getting a lot of her moments as like even like an actress, maybe?
I agree.
Yeah, she got the acting thing down pretty well too.
There was that one scene where I was getting like strong old boy vibes where like she's like wearing a white dress and she's like chained up and she's like falling.
Bro, she had herself on a leash, my guy. Like, this is impressive. I don't understand what was going on at all, though, to be honest. Is she fighting herself? And then she appeared twice at one point when they were doing the dancing. Yeah. There's stuff going on. I'm too stupid to understand what was going on.
Okay. Another SMCU moment. I think I'm getting. I think I kind of understand what's going on, right? There's the before Seulgi, and then there's the after Seulgi, right? The before Seulgi is the one without the bangs. She's in the white dress.
After she got thrown off the roof, right?
Right. Then she gets thrown off the roof, and whatever
it changes her.
Right, that changes her as she becomes bad Seulgi.
Like Harley Quinn jumping into the chemicals, right?
Yes, exactly. Actually, yes. She had a bit of a transition, and maybe that's the narrator in 28 Reasons going, oh, I'm gonna ruin your life and you're gonna like it, kind of deal. Like that would make sense because like if you think about Seulgi or her image outside of her performances, it's not necessarily bad girl.
No, it's like dorky kid,
right?
At least in my opinion,
it's the dorky teddy bear with the umbrella on top of her head. You know what I mean? Like it's
yeah.
So I think that's where a lot of that came from. And if they really want to tie this into SMCU, like there's a lot of folks who think she's the Black Mamba. So just
okay. I swear to God, if by the end of this podcast, if they're not exploring this more, like the SMCU stuff, I'm gonna be so pissed.
They kind of stopped doing it. I need more.
I know. We'd spent so much time analyzing it, trying to figure it out, and the fact that they don't sometimes they just kind of throw it out the window. It's infuriating to me. I don't know.
I honestly thought we're gonna get like SMCU tie-in at the end of all this, kind of like the after credit scenes of like the Marvel movies. Yeah, but all we got is some red text.
Right?
Yeah, I was like, I don't need this red text. It looks like it belongs on a T-shirt from the streets of Hongdae. Like that's what it looks like. You know what I mean?
It would have been cooler if there was a pan out shot after she got thrown off the roof where she has like a snake bite on her arm or something, right? That would have been a great shot. It's a black and white and you just see red, like a fang mark,
Oh, that would have been great.
That would have been great.
That would have been absolutely great, yeah.
or because there has to be a reason why she survived, right? And if you see the fang marks and then there's like a big old puddle of blood, but then she stands up and she's chill. Like, that would have been fantastic thematically, right?
Dude. Or maybe like an apple somewhere. She bites into it. She's like, "Oh, like look at me, I'm evil now."
Something like that would have made way more sense in my opinion.
Okay, well, I mean, we didn't get any of that, so I feel like I should stop complaining about that. But I feel like with the track, the track itself is fine. I do think it lacks on two things, right? There was two things that bugged me a little bit. If I had to nitpick a little bit, one is the whistling sound.
You don't like the whistling, okay?
No, I think I liked it the first time I heard it. The second, third, fourth, fifth time through, I'm thinking there's a little bit too much of it. It gets a little repetitive. It gets a little too much. It conflicts with her voice a little too much, and it sounds a little, I don't know. It felt a little too much like, haha, look at me, I'm so creepy, kind of, choice of an instrument. So I was like,
that's fair.
Yeah,
that's fair.
I wasn't a huge person on that. And the other part of it, which I have heard other people say, is that it's not wildly impactful. And don't get me wrong, it is, but there's not a huge banging moment that like bangs really hard, if you know what I mean. Now that being said, I don't think they were trying to build for one. I don't think this is
a slow burn though, in my opinion, right?
Right. Kind of similar to the BB track we had last week, where it's slow, it builds and emotional. Anita clearly disagrees. Why? Why do you hate me, Anita? What is
No.
wrong?
I was thinking this, going to the comment you made about the Y2K, this sounds very like Y2K in some ways. So I feel like it makes sense to me, like, oh, with the visuals, this sound is meant to be like a pop ballad, but it's meant to be like kind of sultry in a way, like not necessarily sped up. That's what I got. That my favorite part is the chorus, because I feel like that's where you hear that like that sound where it's like it's not upbeat, but it's not a slow song. It's meant to be like kind of a vibey, sultry thing.
It did, for some reason, even though it's not a style of music I'm very familiar with. I thought it for some reason reminded me of like J-pop of the early 2000s / Boa.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why,
Yeah.
even though I'm not very familiar with that style of music. That's what I was thinking about for some reason.
I could kind of hear it, yeah.
Okay. I thank you for confirming that I'm not going fucking crazy. But no, but I do agree with you. That's I've heard a lot of people say that, and while I think they do have a point about there not being a huge banging moment, I don't think they were trying to build one. I don't think she needs one at this point, especially with Seulgi, because if you think about Seulgi, she's been active for nearly 10 years in the game now. 8 years. 8 years, right?
Yeah.
8 years. 8 years in the game. She doesn't need to do like a stereotypical dance pop thing where it bangs like a stereotypical pop song. I don't think she needs that at this point. I think she can venture off and try different things, and that's what she's doing. Yes.
Do we want to have a philosophical question?
Man.
The red text says good and evil are not clearly distinguished. Good and evil coexist within one person. Even if one seems good, greed and temptation always exist together inside. We simply try to resist from being captivated by evil. So the question that I want to ask is, are we inherently good as people, or are we inherently evil, but society constrains us to be
We're
good?
not having this conversation now.
Because based on this, what they wrote here, they think we're inherently good, but we're tempted by evil. That's what this is saying.
Well, isn't that a really Christian religious way to look at it? It's the whole notion of Adam and Eve in it.
Essentially, yeah.
Yeah.
But if you look at more of like an evolutionary perspective or a social Darwinism thing, then it's the opposite, where we're evil, but we're constrained by society.
We're not having this conversation right now, because in order to have this conversation, we need to define what is good versus evil.
Oh my god! Okay, that's fair.
Yeah,
that's fair.
yeah.
Because society technically decides what is good or evil.
Right.
But
right.
Okay. Just know that SM is trying to ask these questions, whether intentionally or not. They put it in, so it's food for thought.
Okay. Well, the question is, why did you kiss my brother?
You don't even have a brother, so who'd she kiss?
Who'd she kiss? I don't have a
She
brother.
thought it was your brother.
She's kissing some random dude up in here.
Wait. You know how you did the Sweet Home Alabama, right?
Yeah.
If this is about good and evil and multiple personalities, the chick, she might have actually kissed her brother. Dude.
Oh my god. Well, see, now you're defining kissing a brother as an evil or a good act. How do you define a good or evil
Let's
act?
move on to Treasure with Hello. They're from YG. They beat 2020. Last 3 songs were Jikjin, My Treasure, and 2 music show wins so far. I like Treasure. I've always been fairly positive about the group. I think that I don't know very many members, and some of the members I do know are on hiatus right now, technically. But as a group, I kind of like Treasure. I always thought that they had pretty good songs. I like Jikjin way more than you guys did. It was
I liked it. I liked it.
I would like to come back on Jikjin a little bit. I know I poo-pooed all over Jikjin when it first came out in February. I no longer have a huge amount of hatred for Jikjin anymore.
Jikjin.
But how do you guys feel about Hello?
Bro, it's a club banger, right?
Old school, yes. Electro type. Yeah.
Electro house.
Electro house, yeah.
Good old Mr. Worldwide and Christina Aguilera.
Pitbull.
I mean, I almost called Anita Danielle, my sister's name. But Anita said before the podcast that she thought it had David Guetta vibes, which I also agree with.
Yeah, it's that type of genre where it's like jumping. A lot of jumping dance moves.
Upbeat summer festival vibes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Basically what they're going for.
It's the very family-friendly, woo, kind of electro dance pop.
This is
house.
It's interesting because we had been asking groups to be more age-appropriate with their songs and stuff, and this is pretty appropriate for the group because they're relatively young, these guys. So I thought that was fine. I thought the song overall is just a fun song. I don't think it's anything like legendary by any stretch of the imagination, but I think it's just a fun song. I can listen to this all the time. No problems.
Yeah.
Very inoffensive.
I think this is their most general public friendly approach so far.
For sure.
Their choruses, I think, work for K-pop fans. I don't think it works for everybody. Or the way a lot of the choruses have worked for them in the past, like tracks like Jikjin, for instance, where they try to switch between positive moments and trap moments very, very quickly. This I feel like doesn't do any of that, and therefore you end up in a situation where it builds and builds out of moments really, really, really nicely. Even though they might sound a little too David Guetta-y. That's fine though. That's fine. Nothing wrong with Mr. Worldwide, Eggman, Bald Man over here. It's cool. Yeah. Also, that brings me to like another thought I had, like the YG festival at the end of all this. It's a lot more mild compared to like some of the other tracks, but
I was happy it was there though.
It works. It works.
It
really
worked
well.
for this one because the vibe was already there, I think.
It's like, hello, I'm already jumping up and down.
Right. Yeah.
Let me jump up and not
keep jumping.
Yeah, just keep jumping more. Oh.
It's a super positive song, I thought overall, and I'm okay with this. Like, the choreo, it's not a similar song, but this choreo reminded me of older groups who tried some of these jumping choreographies back in the day. Teen Top Rocking is one of them, where they had some kind of step work. It's the same type of dance basically, where they're doing jump like steps essentially. It's in the same realm. Teen Top Rocking is very difficult though. For back in the day, everyone thought it was like the hardest choreography ever. I remember.
It's still quite a lot, yeah.
But they're kind of doing a similar thing where they're kind of dancing to the beat, like right on the beat with certain stomping, jumping dance moves. I think it works really well for this song. Like, I don't know how else you were gonna choreograph this, but I think they did a good job.
Yeah. The genre.
Anita, what?
Yes.
Oh. Sorry, I thought you were gonna say something for some reason.
I don't know. I was just gonna say, like, I did want to mention that it felt quite short. Like it was like the same. Like I didn't realize we were at the end until like, oh, the festival is gonna end now. We're like in the wrap up chanty ending. And I don't know why it was so quick. I guess because you don't really have to expand too much on this. It's quite simple, like not a whole lot of complexity in the melody or anything. I don't know. I just feel like I kind of thought like, oh, we could have done something a little more extra towards the end instead of ending it in the way that it was done. Even though it worked, even though it's still okay.
I think this is a classic example of a K-pop track suffering because they need to make it 3 minutes or less.
Oh,
that's what I think. Cause
you think it was meant to be short?
Well, yeah, because it released with the current arrangement. What do you?
No, like, do you think they were trying to be under 3 minutes, or they just couldn't go past 3
No,
minutes.
Warren's saying that this was a song that should have been shorter, but they dragged it to 3.
No,
right?
no. I think they should have made it way longer, like 3 minutes, 20 seconds or something. And I feel like this is one of those tracks where they butchered out unnecessary parts of the track in order to make it easily streamable. You know, make it shorter so that fans can stream it more quickly and therefore get more streams and therefore go higher in the charts. That kind of situation. I feel like it's a lot more common in K-pop these days to have songs somewhere between 2 minute 30 and 3 minutes, whereas I don't know, 5-7 years ago it was a lot closer to somewhere between 3:30 and 4, right? And I feel and the way I see it, with some word around the block, being that producers have been doing this intentionally, you know, so that the songs are streamed a lot more quickly, and therefore, you know, there's more performance. There's a bit of a performance boost there, and I feel like this is the same case here, where I feel like the outro with the festival could have been way longer, especially because it's not the type of repetitiveness that gets, you know, boring after a couple listens. It's one of those repetitive loopiness that's already pretty repetitive already. Why not just like pull it out even further? And then now you end up a situation where this festival doesn't have a proper resolution and instead just kind of ends abruptly with a bit of a reverb ending. And you know, I don't know. To me, that's a tad bit lazy. You know, just a tad bit lazy. No, nothing too wildly lazy, just a little bit. You know,
I mean, yeah, it's I didn't feel like it ended too. I didn't feel like it was ending too abruptly, but I did look at the timestamp and I did feel like, this was quite short. And I feel like, there could have been a little bit more, but I wasn't sure if it was a matter of like they didn't know how to extend it, or it was, like you mentioned, purposefully trying to make it short.
This could have been like another song where it has a bit of an instrumental ending where it does the drop melody a little bit, maybe take out the drums a little bit, and then have like a little bit of a chant. Hey, yeah, treasure, woo, you know, and then the whole outro thing.
Hey, yeah, treasure, woo, right? That's the ending right
that
there?
Could have...
That's the ending.
You get what I'm saying, though. You get what I'm saying, though.
Yeah,
I get what you're saying.
Like with pop music in particular, if you pull a track to 3 minutes and 3 minutes under, you gotta make sacrifices in the pacing, and that's why I keep this is one of the reasons as the episodes go on I bring up pacing even more and more and more, because I feel like that's very difficult to achieve, especially in this age where we're trying to make songs that are 3 minutes and less. I actually checked. This song is actually 3 minutes and 5 seconds, which I guess is better than 2 minutes and 95 seconds. Or, sorry, 48 seconds or 58 seconds. You get the idea. You get what I'm trying to say. 98 seconds is not what I was trying to say. I'm not stupid. Don't worry. I know how to read time. I promise.
Okay.
Honestly, for a chorus that doesn't have, like, that many lyrics, right? There's kind of riffs going on.
Right, yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm okay with that. Normally, I like them to sing the chorus, but I'm completely fine with the style of song.
It worked.
It worked very well. I think they made a lot of smart decisions on this one. Also think it's very appropriate, which is great. And, you know, overall, Treasure's been producing pretty good songs lately. And this has 32 million views already on YouTube. So,
wow.
Clearly they're doing something right. All right. Let's move to the last song. Stray Kids, Case 143. They're from JYP. Debut 2020. Last 2 songs, Maniac. And they had 2 Christmas-ish songs. It was Christmas Evil, Winter Falls. 13 music show wins so far. I'm surprised it's 13. I looked that up like 5 times. I could have swore they've won a lot more. But that is the case. Stray Kids. This is a Felix low voice song. Right? Like they ride or die by that chorus, right? They made a very bold decision for this chorus again. How do we feel about that?
Is it bold? They do it pretty often now.
Okay, not bold for them, but like it's a interesting decision compared to their other groups.
I think it works for them. Works really, really well, and it's partially because Felix is there and he exists with his low voice. If he had a not low voice, that probably wouldn't work, I think. But he's there. Why not utilize him?
Yeah,
utilized very well, if you ask me.
Yeah, I feel like for me, it's not necessarily about the the vocal tone, because I feel like I'm used to it now, I guess, with them, is the combination of the beat with the very like kind of, I guess, yeah, cutesy type of concept, or
it's like trolley. I don't know how to describe it.
It's a very interesting combination that I think they've already been exploring for a while, but it really seems very emphasized in this song. Whereas like the song itself is not like cute, but like the visuals and like certain moments do reference like love and a crush and here like that sort of thematic stuff.
By referencing love, you mean the whole song is about love?
Yeah. But the like the sound that you're hearing, like some of the visual aspects are not, I guess, what you would expect with a love song, if that makes sense.
Fair, but I do feel like the song itself is probably the most general public friendly out of all of their tracks so far.
Lyric wise or sound wise?
Sound wise. I mean,
really,
I'm not saying that they always make wildly not GP friendly songs, but if you look at the way the song is structured, I do feel like it is a lot more GP friendly than typical songs. Partially because yes, it talks about love. That's just it sells. Everyone loves love songs for some reason. You just talk about love, that will be more likely to sell over a song that does not. Their song that was talking about cooking, it's just not a huge GP hit. The Twice songs they're like, oh, I'll go freak in the tree because I'm in love with you. That sells. Love songs usually sell, and I think a part of that is that. But the other part of it, there's a lot of moments in the songs in the song where it feels a lot more like pop friendly. For instance, the bridge, right?
The bridge. Right. I love the bridge in the pre-chorus because they are the ones that have the more melody, I guess.
Oh yeah.
Part.
Oh yeah. There was the second half of the build up into the chorus was like a downward samba melody. That dun ba bum bum bum.
Oh yeah.
That was so cute. I'm so sorry. That was just so that's adorable.
I liked it.
I really like it too.
I know time.
Yeah.
I wish there was more of it.
Well, they do a whole full samba riff thing after the first chorus, and that works really, really well too.
But in the chorus, it's not in the chorus.
I think if they made it into the chorus, it would have been a little too much.
Really?
Yeah. Stray Kids is a K-pop artist, not a samba pop artist. They just can't keep doing that forever.
Does 143 mean something? Am I stupid?
I love you. It means that.
Yeah.
143. I didn't get it either until like the end of the song.
No, I should know what this. Oh wait, I didn't know what this.
Because to be honest,
this was Pagers, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah. That's. But the thing is, like, maybe it's just me, but the visual and the sound, I didn't make the connection, like that it was, like meant to be like 100%, like, oh, this is about like just typical love song, right? Because I felt like, oh, this sounds very odd. Like it doesn't sound romantic, I guess.
Well, here's the thing. This is where I think Stray Kids did a really good job at this track. Where I feel like they were trying to balance two things. One, going a little more GP friendly with the pop love thing, and also balancing who they are as musicians, because they make their own music. They are very much in charge of their musical identity. And if you think about songs like what's the cooking song?
God's Menu.
God's Menu. I like that song.
Right. Songs like that versus songs like these, I feel like they were clearly trying to find the intermediary between, and I think what they ended up with, for the most part, I think it works. And sure, maybe like the synths they used and the whole percussion in the beginning, that's definitely not GP friendly at all. But it's not like the general public's gonna listen to the first 3 seconds and quit out of just, because it's not a familiar sound. They're willing to try out new things sometimes too, as long as they have a bit of familiarity to latch onto. And I think a fair amount of that is here. Now, do I think it's gonna do well with the general public? I don't know. That I can't. I don't know. I don't read the future.
they whipped out the Sesame Street A B C D E F G. I like that part. I thought I wouldn't. Oh,
It was great.
So there were certain parts of the song that it got like elevator music-y all of a sudden. I'm like, I'm
That's
okay
the samba
with it.
thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
The samba thing.
bossa nova thing. Yeah.
This song is like, I mean, it's a Stray Kids song because I feel like there's an element of like trolliness and we got the deep voice stuff going on.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's a fun song. This one's good
It's
too.
fun, yeah.
They're definitely
the mus-
venturing out.
The music video is crazy town. That some of the edits, they do the YouTube edit. They do the one guy falling between the floors. I thought that was cool as well.
Yeah.
They had a lot of fun shots in this one.
Did you guys like the stop thing where like it stopped and rewinded?
I thought that was so cool.
I thought you guys weren't going to like it because it reminded
Oh.
me of Promise. The
Okay,
Promise
but this
thing.
was kind of cool.
Really, I
Yeah.
thought
Yeah.
this was more disruptive than the Promise one.
Okay.
I
feel
don't
like
remember the from this one off the top of my head, to be honest.
It's We Go,
Okay.
the Apple commercial
okay,
type.
okay. No, this one had a little bit more purpose, where they rewinded and like it served their purpose in the track. Whereas that one, they just paused it and they were like, "Oh, why did I stop?" And then we went back right in. That feels very pointless to me. I don't know.
Really?
Oh, the from his phone call, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Was that? Oh no, yeah, I hated that. This one was fine though. They
Yeah.
just went. Zzz, let's get back into the chorus. I thought it made so much sense in
Right.
terms of what they were doing there.
Right.
Um.
Right. It served as a transition, right?
Here, I got one complaint. I've had this complaint about the last couple Stray Kids songs. So the last couple Stray Kids songs have been Felix deep voice forward in the 1st chorus, right?
Yeah.
Now you can only do that because you got Felix in the group, I think, right?
Yeah.
I think it would be kind of weird. I think it's a critical part of the Stray Kids identity and the sound at this point. But then they have other kids, Hyunjin, and then I think it's Changbin at the end. They do the deep voice part later in the song, and it's just not as good as the first time I heard it. You know? No, you know what I mean? Like,
I mean,
it's
there's
like
gonna be a comparison. I
you
guess.
got the guy to do it. Like, this is the Felix part, clearly, right? And then you make other homies do it later. I don't know. It just feels like if I'm giving Felix an 100 on the test, they're gonna get like 95. You know?
That's still
Just not-
passing. That's
It's
still
still
an A.
passing. It's still okay. But like,
But it doesn't feel as good as 100. That's what it is.
I listen to it. I'm like, but you know, Felix though. Like, that's how I feel.
If you're a Changbin stan, you know who to poop on now. Not me. Not me.
Hey, I didn't say they did it badly. I'm just saying like he had the perfect voice to do the part. You know.
I think
I don't know how you could fix that though, but
I think it comes down to
Yeah.
two things, right? One solution would be to give up line distribution and give Felix that role repetitively again. The other solution would be to give Felix a different role, maybe not in the chorus, but like have it be some sort of transition, or some other way where we can utilize his very, very low voice. Just because you have a very low voice doesn't mean you have to have the chorus. You know, you can have a different part of the song that's equally as impactful with the low end of your voice. And I think that might be another way to look at it.
He did the God's Menu breakdown.
Right, right.
Whatever.
And I feel like that would work, really well in situations like these again, where we have already identified that they used the same pattern twice in a row, or maybe more if you think about their previous songs too. So I don't know, just food for thought. And that else, like,
overall, they're doing fine. I remember the pre-order did over 1 million, so
Oh yeah, they're doing good.
They're doing
Big
great.
numbers.
They're doing great. Other songs this week were One We with Still Here, AB6 Sugarcoat, Jamie with 3D Woman, Kingdom with Long Live the King, Rolling Courts with Naza Barara, I think, Babara, something like that, Suzy with Cape, DKZ with Uh-Heung, and The Rose with Sour. All right, we are at Spice King. We're going to decide who's going to reign supreme this week. Last week on episode 206, Crush featuring J-Hope Rush Hour picked up its 3rd crown, entered the Hall of Spice. 2nd place was Animal Farm BB, and 3rd place was EXID's Fire. And the candidates this week are Seulgi solo debut with 28 Reasons, Treasure Hello, and Stray Kids Case 143. Okay. There was a show, I mentioned this before, called Real Housewives of New Jersey, right? And Teresa Giudice one time ripped at a restaurant they were all at. She got pissed at some other lady and she completely flipped the table in the restaurant. We're doing that again this week. I'm flipping the table. Getting rid of all these songs. Get out of here.
I was wondering where it was going.
First place this week, you gotta put our girl Seulgi with 28 Reasons in first place. You have to. You have to. I think second and third place, it comes down to what your preference is between the Treasure song and the Stray Kids song, right? Personally, I'm going to side with the Stray Kids song in second place because I feel like there's a little more depth in that song than the Treasure song. But I did have a fun time with the Treasure song. I will put it in third place.
Well, I predict there won't be a whole lot of variety this week on the chart because I also have the exact same chart.
Cool.
I will say that even though I'm like, this is not my favorite release from Stray Kids, I also do find it very intriguing and interesting. Like I find myself like listening to it because I'm trying to understand like the in and outs of like the melodies and like going to the chorus where it's like very like kind of one tone. It's very cool. And then also the music video. There's a lot going on there. So I place them over Treasure. Treasure is really nice. I think it's a one of the latest songs from them that I kind of found myself listening to over and over again as well. But I do feel like it was a little too short or too simple.
Yeah. If it's a ramen broth, not enough depth.
Maybe, yeah.
Not enough hours cooking and pulling the broth out of the pork bone, because that's what tonkotsu ramen needs. I want some tonkotsu ramen right now.
Me too, dude. This is so good. It's so good.
There's a new ramen place that opened up in Midtown. I should go check it out.
No.
I don't know why I'm mentioning this. It's probably because I'm trying to buy time. You know why? Because I have the same goddamn chart.
I knew it.
I'm starting off with Seulgi on top, Stray Kids on second, Treasure on third. I don't have too much to add other than the fact that I will be honest. I will be honest. I saw the teasers for 28 Reasons building up into this. The images, the videos. And I'm not going to lie. I want a little more. I am still hungry.
Yeah.
Yes. Can I more?
I did mention this earlier, but I did want to say like this is still for me in the realm of the duo she did with Irene.
Oh yeah.
You know, like it's still in the same vibe. So it didn't feel like completely new. I don't know. So I wish maybe something a little more different.
Give me more, Mr. SM. I know you're still in the company.
Okay. Gochu Gang.
Yes.
They're also smart people. They have the exact same chart as us too.
Oh,
We're all friends today.
So Seulgi, 28 Reasons, they gave her 45 points, so a ton.
Oh wow.
Second place they had Stray Kids with 29, and in third place they had Treasure with 18.
Nice.
So they also had the same exact chart. That means Seulgi picks up 2 crowns this week. That's pretty exciting. Wow. She had the full 20-point spread. Second place we have Stray Kids with 12, and then in third place Treasure with 4. So that is the chart for this week. I know she got 2 crowns, right?
Yeah.
The lineup for next week is absolutely ridiculous.
Oh.
Really?
Okay.
I'm going to say them, right? I want to say now, we'll repeat at the end of the show. Tomorrow is Dreamcatcher, EXID Seulgi, and Mamamoo. Oh. Wednesday is Newest's Becco's having a solo debut. Chaeyeon from IZ*ONE's having a solo debut. Eunbi, Park Ji-hoon, Up Tension. Thursday is Kepler. Friday is Wonho. Monday is G-Idol, Akmu, Chanhyuk, LE SSERAFIM, and N-Flying.
Oh yeah, okay.
Okay.
It's a full house.
Okay.
We're most likely gonna cover more than 3. Most likely.
Chaeyeon, Eunbi, LE SSERAFIM, Kepler?
I feel like you gotta we're gonna have to cover Dreamcatcher, right? Because it's gonna get voted in because of the people in our Discord.
right.
We're gonna most likely also cover Mamamoo because of that same reason, right?
Wait, but
you have to cover LE SSERAFIM.
Yeah.
You have to cover G-Idol. You have to maybe cover Kepler, and then you're gonna pick between Chaeyeon and Eunbi. Most likely.
How many? 6?
We might have to because these are all like top tier releases.
Dang, why do people all come out in November?
It's gonna probably come down to Chan and Eunbi because we're not gonna cover more than 6. Like I'll tell you right now, no way.
Oh.
Ooh,
Yay.
boy. Okay. We will figure something out.
Okay, I'm going to beg the Gochu gang on the Discord. If some of these songs are stinkers, please do not vote for them, even though you're fans of them.
Yes,
please.
Integrity.
Yeah.
Although we're talking to the Gochu gang, who are the most biased group of MFers I've ever seen in my life, they could release like the fart sounds of 2022, and you'll still vote for them to be covered. I swear to God. Flatulence in D minor. Okay. So
What are you saying?
We'll see. I'm unhinged. We'll see what happens. Just know it's probably gonna be a dumpster fire in terms of the voting. We're at show winners now. Anita, hit us with them.
Yes, we have a couple. First off, we have IVE with After Like. They won on Music Bank. So they have a total of 12 wins with this one.
Wow.
That's insane.
Good for them. Then we have Blackpink with Shutdown. They won on Show Champion, M Countdown, Show Music Core, and Inkigayo. So they have 9 total wins so far. And then we have Gravity with Party Rock. They won on the show. Congrats to them.
Here's some IVE statistics. So they have 34 wins, right? That is 22nd all time out of all groups.
Okay.
21st place is CM Blue, tied with G Idol. 20th, they have 36, so they are 2 away from that. 39 is 2 PM, and 40 is Wonder Girls, and 42 is Sistar, right? Below them, 33 is FX and Shinhwa. 32 is GOT7, and then 30 is G-Dragon, Taeyeon, VIX, and NCT Dream.
Dang.
Wow.
That is the company they're already in terms of music show win. It's incredible. Also, Blackpink Shutdown, we might not have had the most favorable review of it, but it's doing very well. So
It's good.
who are we? All right. That ends part 1 of SojuTalk episode 207. We'll be back after a short break. 3, 2, 1.
Hello, SojuTalk Nation. This is Anita here with a quick PSA. If you would like to support SojuTalk Kpop Podcast, please like, subscribe, or follow us on whatever platform you're using. And consider joining our Patreon at patreon.com/SojuTalk or donating to us at paypal.me/SojuTalk. On behalf of the crew and myself, thank you. Now back to our regularly scheduled episode.
All right, we're back at it with part 2 of episode 207. So here are some news and events from last week. The first one, EXID have secured the trademark for the name EXID a la GOT7.
Let's go.
So the members
Nice.
now run the company. No, the members now run the group like a company. So they said it on Weekly Idol, and Hani explained that the members are now running it. Ellie is in charge of AR and production. Hani is the accountant. Hedin is the manager, Seulgi is the chairwoman, and Jungwa is the secretary of the company, essentially.
Wow.
Whoa.
Wow.
So they have full creative control.
Yeah, that's cool.
And they were originally under Banana Culture, but Banana Culture closed earlier in the year. So there was no one to even contest this, essentially.
Wow.
Dang.
Okay.
I wonder if they got their masters too. I wonder how that happens.
Right. Yeah. Masters as in like the actual master files for their production tracks, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who knows about that? But overall, though, this is a good step for them, for sure. That means they could keep promoting as EXID, and they have full creative control now, so they could do whatever they want. I guess the thing that becomes a little messy is that they have to invest in themselves. You know what I mean? It's like, hey guys, we want to release a music video. It's let's each throw in 40 G's each, right? Like, you know.
Well, they have Hani as the accountant. That would, maybe she's in charge of, securing an investment as well, maybe.
Oh, yeah.
Because she's the
Yeah,
most
it is
famous,
something. All right, but overall, shout out to EXID. I like how we're in an era of artist empowerment, more or less. It's like artists, after they stop with the first company, seem to have more agency than they have ever before,
Yeah.
which I like. the one thing I think that still sucks in the industry is that if I'm under company A and you're under company B, there's so much bureaucracy that happens before we can do anything together, and hopefully that can also change eventually. Next one though, Kakao Entertainment announced a new survival show called Reverse. So 30 members of already debuted groups will compete to debut in a virtual girl group.
Wait, what?
Okay, what?
The identity of the contestants won't be revealed until they're eliminated or they've won. So they're going to be shown as virtual characters.
Wait, what?
Oh God.
I don't know if this is going to be mainstream on a main channel. I did not look that far into this, but overall, this could be hilarious.
So people are gonna vote based on these avatars, right?
Yeah, and their voice and stuff.
And their
I'm
voices.
assuming.
Okay.
For full context, this will be airing on Kakao TV and YouTube. Kakao TV is Kakao Talk's own streaming platform.
They're VTubing. I saw some pictures. They're literally VTubing.
They're anime characters. This is what it is.
Yeah.
Don't beat around the bush. They're pink haired and have really big eyes. They're anime characters. That's what they are.
This is hilarious, is it not?
Dang, who's gonna be involved in this? I wonder.
Well,
I'm assuming 30 new Google groups.
I'm looking at the credits right now. The main producers of the show is the same main producer of My Little Television. Show Music Core and Queendom.
So he does have pull. Okay.
Yeah, there is a good amount of folks involved in this. There's also Parable Entertainment that is involved, which has a whole bunch of VTubers under their management list. So that's kind of crazy. And it also reminds me of this is, I wouldn't really consider this K-pop, so you guys probably don't know about this, but there is already actually a VTuber girl group on YouTube and Twitch right now called Isekai Idol.
Oh.
Really?
Yeah, it's a 6-member girl group, all VTubers. All of their music videos are like filmed in the metaverse, I guess.
Wow.
And that was wildly successful on YouTube and Twitch and whatnot. So I'm thinking, that's gotta have played a role. So maybe if you're curious, go look that up. But it's a thing. I guess.
Interesting.
I guess VTuber idols, that's a thing now. Look at that.
I feel like now I am seeing them more mainstream. Like I knew they existed to some extent, but I feel like now it's becoming more commonplace.
Oh yeah. I guess so. I'm looking at the list of folks.
So I've watched some VTubers. I'm not a huge fan of any of them though, but I've dabbled. It's interesting to say the least. I don't know how I feel about this though.
This will be interesting though because they're directly connected to an already established artist or group, right?
I'm not gonna name names, but one of the VTubers that I watched occasionally, right?
Yeah.
She like essentially like changed her VTuber model, right? She changed what she looks like. And she's like, I've been using a voice changer, so now I'm not. It's a completely different character. So yeah, that happened. But yeah, VTubers are a thing now. Next one, we got some album sales. Twice Between 1 and 2 is now a certified million seller on Circle Chart, as it has surpassed 1 million albums sold.
Wow.
Additionally, La Seraphim has passed 560,000 pre-orders for their second album, Anti-Fragile, as of October 6th. So that's also very good for them. It's their second release, and they're already doing over 500,000.
I've seen some of their teasers. I have to admit, I'm pretty hyped.
I'm hyped, dude. I've been watching tons of NMIX and La Seraphim like side content lately. I don't know. Those are the two groups I've been following. Stacy doesn't have that much of a fun content as far as I could tell. Like I've tried. I thought they were gonna have all these fun blogs when they were in America, right? Yeah. They've been doing that tour. They had like barely anything. I know the best one was they did Disney recently, which was fun, right? But before that, not really much. They had one other like Chicago blog like over a month ago, but not much.
Real quick, about a little bit more about their La Seraphim release. They did have a journalist exclusive preview event where they streamed the song. There was a listening event. apparently the song refers to some of the narrative that's been happening outside of their music. So, 6 members, now 5. You kind of know what we're referring to here.
Oh, really?
Apparently.
Okay. Okay, Le Seraphim.
Apparently the song is very cool and relaxed about it though. And it's a bit of a low temperature Afro Latin pop track.
Oh, whoa. Okay.
We'll see.
A lot of interesting keywords.
You have
there.
a favorite member of Le Seraphim, Warren?
I don't
Is it
think
Kazuha?
I think I wanted to say Kazuha, but her rap is just really weird. I can't.
I think it was supposed to be Chaewon for me, but I think I'm a Sakura fan at the moment.
Ah.
I think if I had to pick, I'd say Chaewon.
Chaewon?
Yeah,
Okay, fair.
yeah. She's cool.
All right.
I like her short
next
hair.
one, we have some like news. Well, of course it's news. Yeihwa Entertainment announced that Woods' contract with the agency will expire at the end of October, and they wished him the best in starting his new journey. So he's been with them for a while because he was in that one group. What was it called? Unique with the Wagi Bo, right? The good-looking guy.
Yeah.
I always say how good-looking Wagi Bo is, but yeah, he's been in Yeihwa for like a hell of a long time.
Yeah.
2014 when they debuted Unique. So
Wow.
coming to an end for him there. He is joining Edam Entertainment, which is IU's label.
Oh.
Wow.
And she's the only artist in that company, so because it's like a subdivision of Kakao, right? So we'll have to see. Yeah, when I look at Edam online, it says soloist, IU, actors and actresses, Shin Se-kyung, and that's it for their talent.
Okay. Wow.
So yeah, because it's founded in 2020 by IU's manager. Yeah. So.
Right. I do want to note, just want to be very clear that it is not 100% confirmed that this is
That
going to
one?
be the case.
Okay.
Yeah. Apparently,
Those are reports. Those are reports.
There are reports of it happening.
That'd be kind of crazy if it did, because it means like he probably got the IU seal of approval then for it to happen.
Oh yeah.
Right?
And the Shin Se-kyung seal of approval. That's 2 good seals of approval.
Finally, this is a bit of a sad news if you're a Fanatics fan, but they deactivated their Twitter and Instagram accounts on October 3rd. So they debuted in 2018. Other F Entertainment, I think. Forgot how to say this one.
Fentertainment.
Whatever that one. Kids you probably know, produce veteran and Girls Planet veteran Doa. Additionally, the girls who were on Girls Planet 999, Chia Yi and Ryan, were also on that show. We've been losing a lot of new girl groups lately, guys. Like, yeah.
Dang.
I think that normally back in the day when the profit margins and the amount of money needed was a lot less, these groups sometimes lasted like 5-6 years. They just dealt the fact that like maybe we can make it work eventually, but. These days, you got like 2-3 years, or else some of these companies are like, "Yeah, we done." Right?
I think a big part of it is like the market is very saturated at the moment. There's a lot of folks involved, a lot of folks being active. Kind of get that there's a limited amount of money going around, but I mean, there's a lot of people buying stuff too, so there's a lot of money.
To be fair, their last physical thing, their EP in 2020, they sold 1.4 thousand. So,
okay.
Well.
Not the best numbers.
Well, Doa is. Never mind. I thought she's still active as Kepler, but she's not. Never mind.
Not in Kepler, dude. She didn't make it.
Right.
Next week is that list we talk about: Dreamcatcher, Seulgi, Mamamoo, Baekhyun, Chaeyeon, Eunbi, Park Ji-hoon, Uptension, Kepler, Wonho, G-Idol, Akmu Chanhyuk, Le Seraphim, and Flying.
Baekho, not Baekhyun. Baekho.
Oh yeah, Baekho. Oh, sorry. This is ridiculous, is it not? Like, what is that?
It's a
lot.
What
is that?
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah, we'll figure something out probably.
Yeah, maybe. Okay, I'm trying to look at the following week, right? What we got there. Not a week. Maybe we do 3 and 3.
Maybe push something out. Yeah.
Because the following week, what does that go? 17 to 24. There's only one song coming out. It's Monsta X's Kihyun is releasing something on the 24th.
Y'all have really got to talk to each other and make sure you guys don't overlap. Like, it's not good for you guys. It's not good for us.
Yeah,
like,
there's nothing the following
coordinate.
week. So let's do 3 and 3. 3 and 3?
Okay. I don't hate the sound of that.
So the top 3 winners will get covered this coming week, so they have the most advantage in Soju chart, and then the next 3 will cover the following week.
Okay.
That seems
Okay. We might need to tweak that a little bit, but yeah, no, I think.
But as a standing model, let's go with that.
Yes.
Because there's not too much coming out, and this gives us an opportunity to cover 6 of these songs at a minimum. So.
Thumbs up.
Okay. I think that's the end of part 2. SojuTalk episode 207. We have a big K-pop section in the after show. We took time. We did some research. We're going to talk about what happened to the girls from Produce season 1 on IOI specifically.
Oh yeah.
It's gonna be interesting. So we'll see you guys after the break. See you guys then in 3, 2, 1.
Special shout outs to our Fiesta patrons. Bagel, Based Mina, Brian, Shadow, Cotton Ball, Delmonic, Ellie, Genki Boy, Goku Mama, Jacob, Liam's Games and Toys, Luke Daniels, and Jay Parks. Tier, thank you for joining SojuTalk. And special thanks to our Discord server mods, Jacob, K Music Nerd, Koala, Max, No Bias Luna, Tuggles, and Wolf297.
All right, we're now in After Hours, aka State of the Nation. Who brought this up to us, Warren?
A couple people in the comments in the DMs, they were like, "Ha, IOI. Where are they now? How are they doing? Are they living? Are they doing good? Do they have good lives?" So yeah, today I thought it would be good to do a bit of a throwback to literally episode 1 of SojuTalk, where we talked about the post IOI success. We're gonna do that one more time.
Yeah.
We're gonna do that one more time, and kind of evaluate where IOI is in 2022, September or October 10th. The year's almost over. Good lord.
Yeah.
But before we begin, Doug, who is IOI? What is IOI?
IOI is a relic of the past. A girl group so fantastic that they couldn't contain them for more than 2 years. Such a revolutionary time. This, if y'all weren't around then in 2016, this produced season 1 and the Pick Me song were so viral. It dominated the K-pop sphere for the 12 months, not 12 months, the 3 months the show was airing. It was like, it was the prime thing that people were looking forward to in terms of K-pop. It was such a big deal.
It was also like a pretty big hit with the general public as well, where like a lot of people are very fascinated, right? I remember there was, this is a little irrelevant, but there was an SNL skit where all the presidential candidates were pit against each other as trainees in President 101.
Yeah, it was
a big deal though.
It was a big deal. It was a specific era of K-pop. So here's what we're gonna do. There's 11 folks. Unlike what's the other ones? Unlike the other groups of the future, they have 11 folks instead of 12. So we're gonna go through all 11 folks in age order, and we're gonna decide green light, yellow light, or red light. Red light means they got some stuff to figure out.
They didn't. No, the best way to put it is they did not live up to the potential and the expectations that we had in their post IOI careers.
Okay. How would you define yellow light, Doug?
Yellow light means like they're doing all right, but it probably could have been better.
Okay.
Like they're still relevant. People generally know who they are, but it's not like they're popping off by any means.
Okay. Green light means
they fulfilled, if not overfulfilled, any kind of expectations we had for them.
Okay. And we're not doing this to say one is better than the other. It's more like I wish they could figure this out so that they can continue to build off of their careers, kind of deal. Not
Yeah.
right. Not as in like, oh, we hate this member can go.
No, I hold a special place of my K-pop history and my heart to IOI. Like, it was such a good group. It was a great time for me. It was one of the things that got me into K-pop for sure. And we do have an undecided one. I don't think we'll need to use it, but if we do, it's more like I'm not really sure what to think of their career so far.
Oh, like, yeah, sorry. The undecided is more so like a placeholder before I click on and.
Oh, okay,
yeah,
okay.
Don't worry about that. Yeah. All right, so if you're following on the screen, you're following along. If you're not, don't worry about it. It's fine. So we're gonna start with the oldest member, Im
was the leader, the Stone Buddha. You remember all those nicknames we had for her back in the day?
She was the stone-faced Buddha, apparently. She is currently signed with Sublime Agency, which is also the home of Rain and a whole bunch of other actors.
Oh.
Which means she is acting. She was in one movie recently in 2021 as a lead role, 3 dramas as a supporting role, 1 musical as a supporting role. She also released 3 OSTs for the stuff she was active in 2021. In 2022, she was a lead role in a web drama called The Witch's Eye, and she's currently the ambassador of the Asan Police Department. That's, I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. That's what she's doing. All right.
So we have to think back to when did IOI actually end? Let me think about it. It ended in 2017, right? 2017. So it's 2016, 2017.
Yeah.
In the 2017, everyone's expectation was that Pristin was gonna pop off. Basically, we all thought that Pristin was going to do what IVE is doing now.
Right.
Basically.
Right.
That was the expectation, and it did not. She was in Pristin. I believe she was also the leader of Pristin. Then they broke off into the subgroup Pristin V, right?
Yeah.
With Leica V. And then Pristin kind of just fizzled out, and she was kind of in no man's land for about a year or so, maybe in 2019 to 2020. But then she finally got into Sublime, and she's had a little bit of success since then. I would personally, if we're basing it on a K-pop context or Korean general popularity context, I would unfortunately put this as a red.
Having okay, I'm the one that put these slides together. I know what other members are doing. I would also probably say it's a red as well. Here's the thing. She is getting roles. That's what matters, and I'm
look at that list.
Right. That being said, it's not hugely, major roles in major shows.
Let's put it this way: if you went up to 100 people in Korea and you showed her modeling headshot like this photo, right?
Yeah.
And you asked like, who is this? Outside of the people who have seen Produce or are big K-pop fans, I doubt many people will know who she is.
Yeah. Because I did note that while she is playing a lot of these roles, a lot of them are web dramas, a lot of them are one-offs or minor independent movies that really didn't have a huge impact. So in that aspect, I would probably agree with you, Doug.
It's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Red.
Anita, how do you feel? Red?
Yeah, I mean, looking at the list, I feel like, I guess she has been active, but I didn't know. As someone who's very casual, I wouldn't have.
You wouldn't know what she's up to, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well. Sorry. What?
No, I said it's sad.
Yeah, it is. Well, if you think it is sad and you want to support Lim Na-young, she's her drama, The Witcher's Eye, is still active. It's still airing. I don't know how you can watch it legally, because it's a Korean thing. But if you can find a legal way to stream it, please do, because I'm sure the views will give her more parts in the future.
Yeah.
Okay.
Best of luck.
Yeah. All right, moving on to Chungha. Doug, you want to read this one?
All right. She's Chungissing with MNH Entertainment, apparently. She's under MNH Entertainment. She's had in 2021 one LP, one what is a DS release for?
A digital single.
Digital single. She's had 3 ads: Reebok, Gelato Factory, and Wanna Lab. 2022 one LP release, 1 ad for Barrel, a bunch of performances, variety shows, V Live, all that kind of stuff.
The whole thing.
Straight up, objectively, like we're on the second person. She's been the most successful out of all of the IOI kids.
Ooh, spicy, but yes.
Right?
Yeah.
I think everyone thought that Chungha was a star in the making, but I think she's lived up to the hype for sure.
Yeah. We earlier we talked about Seulgi being a very all-rounded member of Red Velvet. For IOI, I would say Chungha is the very well-rounded all-round member, where she's very capable as a singer, a performer, a dancer, even a variety personality. I honestly, we've only had the first part of her second LP in 2022. I'm really still excited for what's to come next, honestly, because Sparkling was great,
that was really good.
Cool. Green light for everybody.
Green light.
Green light for
her sales are strangely bad though. Like I'm looking that up.
Are they? Elaborate, please.
Her Bare and Rare, the studio album, sold like 10,000 copies.
Okay, that's
concerning.
That's not amazing.
I wonder why.
Yeah, I'm looking at it. I'm on Circle Chart right now.
Let me look this up. Bare and Rare.
I hope I'm wrong. By the way.
Okay. According to Namowiki, which take it for granted, her 1 week sales for the second part of her first LP was 4,800.
Oof. Okay. I would say though, on a perception level, I would still consider it a green light because my perception.
Yeah,
is that very well.
Yeah, I guess I didn't expect the numbers to be that low, but still good.
No, we're changing this up a little bit. Carencia, 1 week.
Yeah, how much did that sell?
1 week sales for Carencia, 12,000.
What?
Huh?
Bare,
really?
Rare, 1 week sales, 4.8 thousand. This is a concerning drop.
This is concerning.
Wait, why?
This is a concerning drop.
Why aren't people buying? I own a Chungha album, I think, somewhere. Yeah.
Did you buy Bare and Rare Part 1 released?
No. I ordered an older one.
This is where the issue is. Nobody bought Bare and Rare Part 1. Okay, I'm gonna yellow light.
Really?
I would still put green.
I still feel like it's green.
Green.
Just like a yellow green, maybe.
Let me back this up even a little further. I found record for 4 ads in the past 2 years, which is good. It's not bad at all. But there's a couple of folks on here who've had like 10, 20 in the past year.
I guess our Western perception of Chungha is very different than the actual perception.
I'm looking up Chungha's chart results. Someone keep talking real quick.
That's so interesting, though.
I'm happy I looked this up because I was like, in my head, I was expecting it to be like 100K or something. You know? Maybe more.
Okay, here's the thing. Chungha is definitely not the type of artist that has a strong fandom following, but rather a general public or a general fandom following. Everybody in K-pop loves her, but I have yet to come across a person that is very much like Chungha's the one and only that I'm like a stan of. That's not quite common, especially in the Korean sphere. Maybe it's a little more common in the American sphere. I don't know. Maybe Doug, you can speak to that. But here's what I'll say. Bicycle off of Carencia reached number 48 on the Melon Daily chart as the all-time high. Sparkling reached top 42 on the top 100 chart.
Oh. You know the craziest thing is I consider Chungha like a top tier female soloist in the game with like Taeyeon and Sunmi and Hyuna.
Okay, let me look up Sunmi numbers.
Yeah, look up Sunmi. This is a good comparison.
Yeah.
Like her recent songs.
All right, I'm looking up what's her most recent release, right? That's not a digital single because Heartburn
The Fever
was a
one,
digital
the
single.
Fever song.
Well, that was that digital single. That doesn't count.
Oh, that's just.
All right, this is from 1/6, which the title track was "You Can't Sit With Us."
Yeah.
One
Yeah,
week
yeah.
sales was 16,000.
Ah.
Okay, maybe female solos just don't sell albums if you're not Taeyeon. Like,
One more thing. I'm looking up the release before that, which is surprisingly Warning, which the title track was Siren. Siren 1 week sales was 3,000.
okay, it's a green light, dude. It's a green light then.
Okay,
Or a
yeah.
green light.
We're getting scared.
Relative to her peers, she's doing fine.
Okay, relative to the market, she's doing fine, but I think there's a little bit more room to,
It's a tint of
I
yellow.
wonder where they get all the money then. Is it just performances then?
I think so.
Here's the thing. There was so many college performances with her, and that's typically a good way to tell who's really popular these days.
She gets a couple $1,000 every time she does one of those too.
Oh yeah.
If not more. Okay, interesting.
Okay.
I
I
guess
guess scare.
so Sunmi's Taeyeon's just a different monster selling like 200, 300,000 every time.
You want me to look up Hyuna? Hyuna's another one.
Yeah, Hyuna. Those three are I think Taeyeon's in a tier above those three, but I think Hyuna should be in that tier with Sunmi and Chung. I want to see those sales too. And then
Hyuna, 8th mini album, Nabelera. 1 week sales 9,400.
okay, they're all fine then. Yeah, she's
Okay.
a green light.
Never
With her
mind.
contemporary,
Green light.
she's doing
Green
fine.
light.
Green light.
Green light.
Yeah, Chunga. Let's go.
4.8 not awful. Could be worse.
Yeah, could be worse. Okay.
All right.
We just learned about girl soloist album sales. real
There you
quick.
go. Yeah, we learn
We just
everything.
learned.
That's
We just
crazy.
learned.
All right.
I thought it was a lot higher.
All right. Kim
Oh,
Sejong.
my favorite. Oh, Sejong.
Anita, can you
Sorry.
read Kim Sejong?
Yes. So she re-signed with Jellyfish in 2021.
Why? Sorry.
Big question mark. Why? Gugudan was inactive since 2020, and they eventually disbanded as well. In 2021, one EP release, had a lead role in musical Red Book. In 2022, one LP release, two lead roles in major TV dramas, Business Proposal, yes, and Today's Webtoon, and plenty of variety shows.
She's also getting. I didn't write it down because there's way too many. She's gotten a lot of ads. Like
Oh, I
Sejong's
believe
very
that.
popular.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 in 2021. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 in 2022. So about the same amount per month ish.
She was also
Oh.
in The Uncanny Counter, which is the one I saw.
For
I
this
would
year?
20 to 2021. It was a pretty
Oh,
big
okay.
drama in Korea. I would say for Sejong, my expectations. So okay, number one, I was like Sejong to the moon, right? Post IOI. She's my
Yeah.
favorite kid since episode 1 of Produce. I told Warren this is the kid, and it's been the kid continuously. I would say musically, it hasn't been too hot.
Yeah, I messed up. She didn't do an LP in 2022. Just an EP last year. That's it.
Yeah, the
Okay.
song that did the best for her was the first one, Flower Way, Goatgil. I remember that one hit number 2 on the charts back in the day. And then everything else is kind of meh. I would say on a musical sense, it hasn't been too hot, but in terms of an acting sense, she's been doing pretty well, and she remains very popular in that
Oh
sense.
yeah, Business Proposal was really big.
Right. The two dramas that she was a part of, Business Proposal and Today's Webtoon, these are like main dramas, main roles. She was. These are like the prime time golden
Yeah,
spot.
TV spots.
Right. So there's a lot of money investment, a lot of funds that go into these dramas. So getting a role in that is honestly probably a big deal. For the moment, I would probably say that in terms of K dramas, like primetime K drama time spot, the S tierist female actress would probably be Kim Go-eun. And a couple other folks. I would probably say Kim Sejong is right in the tier right below that, where she is definitely a good go-to for a lot of the folks.
let me put it this way. So she joined Gugudan after the fact, right?
Yeah.
Gugudan
Yes.
happened. It was a bit of an oof. Overall, they kept releasing these horrendous songs. The chocolate song was so bad. There was a mermaid song.
Oh God.
Their songs were bad. And then they did Semina, which is Sejong, Mina, Nayoung for one song, which was the audition group that she was with. That one did but like I would say if it's up to me, acting sense, and in terms of how her career is, I would put green. But on a K-pop sense, it's yellow if not red. You know,
Well,
she's a hard person to judge because she is very popular still. She's very beloved in the Korean general public, but the musical career has been meh.
here's the thing. One question I have is one: does she want to continue being a musician? Right. That's question.
Who knows
number one.
at this point?
Right.
Yeah.
Mm.
And the other part of this is that as long as she continues to get these acting parts, she's gonna have fun to fund a musical project.
If she wanted to.
Right. So in that aspect, I'm thinking, okay, she's making a lot of money. She's able to continue to pursue whatever interests she is interested in. That's a green light for me, regardless of whether we look at it from a K-pop sphere or an acting sphere.
I would agree with that.
Also, want
Please support Sejong. Like, she's one of my favorite people in the industry.
she is honestly the only idol that my mom likes.
Wow.
Yeah, she's in like top 3 for me because always.
Her public image is great. I mean, like it's absolutely.
Oh yeah.
She gave the reason why. So if you're wondering why is this girl so popular, she gave off such this like friendly neighborhood kid vibe. You know, like
Helpful.
just a normal kid
Mm.
who just is talented at singing, and she's on this show, and she's a great personality, and the Korean public ate that up so much.
One thing
Great
that I
person.
found funny while doing the research was that she is the main model for a brand of sparkling wine soju called 별빛 청하 Sparkling. They named it Chungha and gave it to not Chungha. I don't know. Just a little weird. Also, look at how awkward the smile is.
Hey, she's always had a real toothy smile, but that's pretty bad.
Yeah,
Not gonna lie.
She's not happy
think
that
it's
she's the model
okay.
for this. She's like, she should have gone to Chungha. Anyways. All right, we're moving on to Jung Chaeyeon from Daya. Well, Daya did a goodbye digital single release on September 22nd. September 2022.
This year, yeah.
And Daya after that disbanded a couple days later in September 2022, and Jung Chaeyeon immediately signed with BH Entertainment. She has also done 2 lead roles with major Korean TV dramas in the recent couple of years. She has done The King's Affection in 2021 and The Golden Spoon in 2022.
Oh.
Which,
I've heard of both.
frankly, quite frankly, they weren't wild hits, but they're also primetime TV as well, and that kind of matters.
Okay. Jung Chaeyeon's an interesting topic, right? Daya, it just big oofed, like not gonna lie. I was a huge Daya fan. I was really invested in Daya. It just never really turned out too hot. But she's like the model of, you have these people who end up winning on these shows who aren't actually the most supremely talented at K-pop, but because they're such visuals, you have a feeling that they're just gonna be okay,
Yeah, she was
No,
the
you know what I
ending
mean?
fairy.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
she's that. Like she's a K-pop talent, but because she looks like this, there's so much more to offer in terms of like having a career in the Korean entertainment industry. I don't know how big either of those dramas was, but she's doing okay, but nothing too ridiculous, right? Like she's not winning acting awards, or she's not all over the place. She's not on all these. How many is she doing? A lot of ads, Warren? Did you look up her ad count?
Let me look this up real quick. She has. Okay. Her ad count peaked in 2017 and 2018, which would
Yeah,
make sense.
right after.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
In 2019, she had one. She had another one between 2019 2020. 2020, she had one, and 2021, she had one. with the makeup company Clinique.
Clinique.
Whatever.
Here's the thing. I would put Jung Taeyeon as yellow because I think there is hopes for her acting career to still do well because she's on these major dramas.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's determined yet if she's going to rise further.
Well, I think here's the thing. The two dramas she was a part of, The King's Affection and Golden Spoon, as far as I can tell, they seem to be doing a decent job. They right now, Golden Spoon is somewhere between 5 to 7% in terms of ratings, which honestly not bad. And they still have 10 more episodes to go. No.
Is it cable or is that public?
This is, I believe, KBS.
So it's public. Okay.
Yes. Never mind. NBC. So yes, again, public. Apparently the competitor right now is apparently supposed to be one of the biggest dramas of this year. So given that, I think they're doing pretty decently. I'm looking up the ratings for the competing drama. Yeah, I mean, it's not bad. It's not awful at all. And she's continuing to get work. I think that's what really matters. That being said, she is wavering a little bit. I would also put it somewhere between yellow and green. So that comes down to you, Anita. What do you think?
No, I agree. I feel like it's more of a yellow because even though I know of these dramas, I didn't know she was in them.
Ooh.
If that makes sense.
Actually, let me put it this way. It's a red because I expected her to be more successful at this point.
Really?
Yeah.
I guess maybe my perspective changed a little bit because I thought with the end of Daya that it was just going to be a, like very low period. But she's still getting stuff.
I thought that the S tier visuals would be enough to propel, honestly.
So you expected more.
Yeah.
There's too many examples of the people in the industry that have S tier visuals but don't have S tier other things and they've just flopped. I think given that, Jung Taeyeon is doing pretty decently.
Okay, so yellow?
Yellow.
I would say yellow.
We are
S-tier
giving
visual, though,
Jung Taeyeon a yellow light, which might sound bad, but not as bad as a red light. Moving on. Pinky. Ju-Gyeong. I will not attempt to speak her name in Chinese because it is very difficult. Whose turn is it? Doug, is it your turn?
Bro, you didn't write much for this slide. In China, signed with her own studio. 2022 lead role in C-drama Be My Princess.
Frankly, I couldn't find much about her. She was also a supporting role in a drama in 2020 and another main role in 2020. There's another drama that's coming up apparently that will air on iQIYI. I don't really exactly know what else.
iQIYI is huge, so that's good.
Right.
She was best known for Miss Truth in 2020, Legend of Faye in 2020, To Be With You in 2021, and Be My Princess 2022.
That's probably what I was referring to in the dramas. Yeah.
So she hasn't really done anything music based after.
Oh, no. She's a straight act. Actually, she appears in lots of soundtracks of the things she's in, I would assume.
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm seeing.
Yeah. It's a little difficult to say about this person because I really don't know how the Chinese entertainment industry works.
Let's put it this way then. I had thought that this Priston thing would have popped off, right? It didn't.
Yeah.
No.
But she made the smart decision to go to China. Honestly, the economic decision to go to China, which is the correct thing to do.
The viable decision.
I don't know how popular she is because I don't follow the Chinese industry. I don't know if she's anywhere near like the former Uju Sonyo girls because I know those girls are popular.
They are indeed very popular. Yes.
I don't know what level Jung Taeyeon is. I mean, not Jung Taeyeon. Ju Gyeong is. If you know, aka Malfiar, once you watch this, let us know because he's very invested in the Chinese. Report to us how she is doing. Let's leave this one as undecided because we do not have enough information.
I kind of agree. Also, apparently, she was in the Chinese remake of Sunny.
I love that movie.
Role. Yeah,
That's
in 2021. Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna leave this one as an undecided because we just don't know enough about the Chinese entertainment industry. I would assume she's making good money though because it is China.
It is China. I'm sure she's making good money. The question is, compared to her other Chinese colleagues, is she also making a lot of money?
I mean, here's the thing. She is essentially the main lead on some of these dramas, which are on IGTV or whatever, however you pronounce that, which is one of the major Chinese networks. So I'm assuming she's doing well, right?
Some of these are supporting roles, Doug.
Okay, some of these, but the most recent one, she's the lead.
This is
straight
true.
up lead.
Be My Princess, she's the lead.
So, but we'll have to see. So if you know, please let us know how she's doing.
All right. Moving from Pinky to Sohye.
Oh my god.
Anita, you want to read this one?
Yes. So, bit of a noof. 2021, there was a bullying scandal. Very light incident. Ended in first year of middle school with apologies from involved parties. And I guess this is a reference to the severity. It was a level 1.
Yes.
Correct. Also in the same year, she had 2 lead roles in streaming platform movies. Guimun, The Lightless Door, and Her Bucket List. Not familiar with either.
For context, Kim Garam, formerly of Le Sserafim, had a level 5. And that typically denotes a very serious level. Level 1 could be just some folks were arguing with each other. Yeah,
right?
You know.
Okay.
I'm kind of willing to say this probably wasn't bullying, you know. Might have been a misunderstanding. The fact of the matter, however, is that this did take a huge toll on her career. She had a lot of roles leading up into it. One thing that I left out of this list intentionally is that right before the incident broke out, she was a very active member of a pretty popular radio show in Korea. Now she is no longer the case. I believe she's there's plans to make a return to it, but that hasn't happened yet, so I don't really know. In terms of the 2 movies that I have mentioned, I believe they're independent movies. One is produced by Cube Entertainment. What do you know? Wow.
She also has a theatrical debut in 2022.
Oh, this is true. She also has a musical as a...
Okay, this is interesting if we brace this on expectations, because I had 0 expectations for her post-IOI career. I will be honest, back in 2017, I was not a huge fan of Sohye because I don't think she deserved to be in the group, was my overall take back then. And I still stand by it. I think that she just got in off of the memes, to be honest.
There was a storyline that was built.
Okay. Well. She got in because of the storyline is the better way to put it. I don't know how well she is remembered in general. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I doubt too many people know who she is at this point.
I think it's great that she's focusing on acting. At the moment, she's getting some minor roles here and there, which, she's getting stuff. That's good. She doesn't have strong connections to a wildly huge entertainment platform. If I think of it in the light of giving red light to Na-young earlier, I have to give red light to this one as well. That's what I'll say.
Yeah. I will say, like, for me, also as a casual, I felt like the popularity that she had during the show didn't quite transfer to her solo activities, in the sense that I feel like even though, like, she was not, like, the most well versed as a performer, singer, dancer, like, she still had that, like, it factor, I guess, in with the general public during the duration of the show. And then post that, I feel like, I feel like I didn't hear anything.
If I'm to be honest, I felt like the show was the peak for her. Like, I had always had that. There's some kids where the show was like, that's the peak for their entertainment career. Like, in terms of people knowing who they are. I always felt like that was the case with Sohye.
All right, we're gonna move on with a red light for this one.
Yeah, I think so.
But I feel like I also saw a movie with her as a... What is it? I don't know if it was a lead role or main role, because she was a big part of the movie. Moonlit Winter came out in 2019, end of 2019, I want to say.
Moonlit Winter. Yes.
Moonlit Winter. Yeah, that one was pretty good. I'm actually surprised that, I mean, probably because of the scandal, but like, I kind of like, oh, I could see her doing more roles in bigger movies. So I don't feel like the career path has been bad. I guess maybe just a matter of things that happened along the way.
Here's the thing. The incident, very unfortunate. The fact of the matter is, I don't think she's recovered from it yet. And that is her biggest homework before she can keep going. Because while I agree with you, Moonlit Winter was, it had a fair amount of success. The other two movies were not.
It's just a struggle because, like, as a casting director, to hire someone with baggage,
Yeah.
It always is, yeah.
There's so many other people that you could potentially hire.
Or if you
That's
don't
the
have like
struggle.
enough leverage, like if you're not big enough to surpass
But let's
that
put it
sort
this
of
way:
scandal.
I don't know if she's big enough to surpass the problem she had on name value alone.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
And that's where I'm thinking, like, if her company had a little bit more pull with, like, maybe getting positions and roles and whatnot and opportunities, that might have been different. But her company's run by her dad, if I remember correctly. Shark and Penguin Entertainment, SMP Entertainment, I forget which it is. But it's a one-person thing meant straight for her. If I remember correctly from her dad, I might be wrong actually. But
We'll see.
We'll see. We're gonna move on to Yeonjung. Yu Yeonjung. She is currently active as Cosmic Girls, aka WJSN, under Starship Entertainment. Under Cosmic Girls, she has released one EP in 2020 and one EP in 2022. She's also done a couple of OST releases by herself. She has had 2 lead roles in 2 musicals. I said 2 twice. But the musicals are Lizzie and the musical rendition of Crash Landing on You, which you probably know what that is if you know anything about dramas.
It's a musical?
They did a musical rendition of it, apparently.
I think all things considered, she's had a good career. You have to remember that back in IOI, back on Produce, she was a girl who didn't make it into Uju Sonyo before the fact.
Yep.
She was not supposed to be in the Uju Sonyo lineup, but she got popular through Produce. She did well in IOI. They added her into Uju Sonyo during all that time. For someone to go from not being in the girl group that your company was making to being one of the main members in terms of the vocal line, I think that's been a good career for her.
Okay, you're saying all of this in past tense. It's not over for her. It's just ongoing.
But we're looking at the past of these careers.
Okay, so far
that's literally what we're doing.
So far, she's had a good run. And I continually feel like this run isn't over yet. Cosmic Girls is having a good number of sales with their releases. Albeit, are they getting as many releases as they should? No. There's a good amount of sales with their releases. The sequence had about 130,000 in the first week, which is decent. Actually, that's pretty good.
I think for me, having watched her grow on the show, and then popularity throughout the promotion of the group, I always kind of had, maybe this was wishful thinking, but I really wanted her to have a very successful solo career as well.
Yep.
Or like a push, like something that was like her as the center singing. Because I feel like, she's a great singer in the show. So I feel like, yes, I think it's been a very, very good run so far with the group. But I still feel like there could be more of a push as a soloist, as like more...
I feel like that's a problem Starship is having in general.
Well,
they're not good at pushing the girls in Uju Sonyo.
Yeah, maybe.
The way I see it with Cosmic Girls and the way Starship is handling them is Cosmic Girls, Uju Sonyo the Black is a thing, the Uju Sonyo Chokomi is a thing. Mm-hmm. Yeonjung is not a part of either of those, right?
Right.
The other person that is also not a part of those is Tawon.
Yeah.
Those two are the main vocalists.
What's going on there?
They conveniently created 2 units without the people who sing the best. So I think that was, it's got to be a purposeful decision. But
I hope so, yeah.
What really makes me very confident in that argument is if you look at Sequence, track 4 of that EP is sung by Dawon and Yeonjung, nobody else. So,
but I mean that's a track. It's not a promotion period.
Right,
you know?
right. It's only a duet track, not a full on promotion. But maybe we're foreshadowing towards something in the near or far future of these two folks doing their own thing. Cosmic Girls, the singers. I don't know, something like that. It's an awful name. Don't use that, please. But you get the idea.
Singers.
If we're being realistic though, with the emergence of IVE, Uju Sonyo's in a more perilous position than ever before. Let's be straight up here.
Yes, but the other part of it is that they have more funds flowing into the company, and therefore they're able to continue pushing for certain promotions, which honestly is we're not stretching it a little bit. We're not stretching it a lot because their recent album sold a lot.
What do you consider a lot these days?
130,000 in a week is not little.
Which one sold that much?
Sequence is okay. Honestly speaking, Sequence isn't even an EP. It's supposed to be a single release.
I think that Cosmic Girls has done well in the last couple of years, but I just don't see Starship super utilizing any of their members really well. They can't even utilize Bona and EXE all that well.
Okay, now we're just talking about Cosmic Girls.
No, but I'm saying if they, my logic was if they can't even utilize their two most popular members or their two members they want to push the hardest all that well, what does that say for Yeonjung? That's my concern.
At the moment, because her group is still active, I'm saying her group's success equates to Yeonjung's success. And
it's related.
Yeah. And Cosmic Girls, they're not doing bad. You're ignoring the fact that I said 130,000 in a week.
No,
That's
I didn't say.
high.
I'm saying they're doing fine.
Oh.
But how much better can it get? That's what I'm saying.
More than fine. Good.
Yeah, I'm saying. I said they're doing fine. They're the
Okay.
gatekeeper to the upper echelons of girl group. So
Yeah.
them and Dreamcatcher are clearly the two gatekeepers.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Okay. Going back.
I'm not
to
arguing that they're not successful. I'm just saying that for Yeonjung, like I don't know how much utilization she's gonna get. That's all I'm saying.
Well, okay. Let's put it this way. Combining what you just said and what Anita said earlier, the likelihood of her and Tawon getting a solo thing or a duet thing, I think is pretty low.
Low?
Low.
I think it's low.
No.
I think a Cosmic
I'll be
Girls-
happy to be wrong though, because I want it.
I want to be
Same.
I want you to be wrong.
I would be happy to be wrong there. But at the same time, do I think it's likely given the current Starship track record? Probably not.
Is this yellow light then?
I'm leaning somewhere in between yellow and green. I would say green because it's what Cosmic Girls has been active for like so many years.
I always just said her career's a green because she wasn't supposed to have a career.
Oh.
Man, that's cold, but I
It's
feel
the
what you mean.
It's the truth.
It is.
If she was supposed to be in Cosmic Girls, she wouldn't have been on Produce.
Well,
that's the same thing that's happening right now with Shun in Billy. She wasn't supposed to be in the lineup, but they added her in because she did well on Girls Planet.
Okay, that's also fair. I think the other argument for
true.
Greenlight is that they keep selling more albums, and that's very rare for a group in this period.
So we're going green?
We're going green.
Yeah, I would put it on green. I think she's had a great career.
I'm waiting for a solo though.
Yeah, good luck though.
Good luck.
Starship is like,
Yeah.
oh, why don't we prepare the Yujin solo? It's way more on their minds.
The
than
Wonyoung
doing the
solo.
Yeonjung solo. Exactly.
All right, Doug, you want to read the next one, please?
All right, we have Chae-Jung, came in third place, was Warren's favorite kid in the top 11. Active as Wakey Makey under Fantagio, EP in 2021, solo EP debut on September 14th, 3 features and other releases on a bunch of variety. Yeah, she's done a lot of variety, and she's done stuff with like Moon Se-yoon and things like that.
Yeah. One of the feature releases was she did a thing with Moon Se-yoon, which was kind of funny.
So Yoo-jung's an interesting person because I remember post IOI she was on that golden something show with Heechul. There was like a karaoke show that she was one of the fixed members of.
Yeah.
It lasted like 10 episodes though. But I remember there was a show like that. She was a main lead in that. She was pretty popular. Wakey Makey with that cool song which we always mentioned did super well. We all liked that. And then they kind of just like, yeah, I don't know, Wakey Makey, right?
They went
like
back.
I don't know what happened. Wakey Makey's that group that you're always like, man, this group, Fantagio is finally going to do the right thing, but then they don't, because it's Fantagio at the end of the day, right? Yeah. Like, Fantagio has done well with Astro. I think that is fair to say, right?
Yeah.
But Hello Venus was a bit of an oof. Other than for some of the members, like Nada's done very well, right, as in her acting career. But this Wakey Makey, the whole run has been kind of underwhelming.
I continuously feel like they're gonna break out,
but they don't. That's the thing.
Almost,
we've continuously thought they were gonna break for the last 5 years, and it just hasn't happened.
Yeah.
Now I think Yoo-jung herself, it seems like a decent amount of people still knows who she is. She did have this solo EP, which we did not cover, but she did release it in the last month. So I think things are on the up and up for her. I don't know how well the solo thing did, by the way, because if Chung is selling 4,000, or whoever's selling 4,000, I don't know how many Yoo-jung is selling, right? But at the end of the day, Fantagio is investing in her, so I think that's going okay. I think on a personal level for her, she's doing aight, right? I don't think the group is doing aight though.
Here, I am bringing news. Her debut EP, Sunflower, sold a whopping 11,000 in 1 week.
Let's go, Yoo-jung. That's okay.
That's not
Compared to
bad.
the other girls, that's fine. People wanted it. I think she's doing a yellow at the moment in terms of her career.
Very close to a green, maybe individually.
I would consider it yellow. She's doing all right. It's just that her, as we said with some other groups, her success is completely tied with the Wakey Makey success, and Fantagio just keeps dropping the ball with that.
Yeah.
I think we're almost there. We're almost there. We're holding on to this very tightly. We're not letting go. Almost there.
Yeah.
Okay. Moving on to Mina Kang.
Oh,
Mina.
Oh, Kang Mina.
That's me.
That's your turn. Yeah.
All right. She resigned with Jellyfish in 2021.
Why?
Good question. I don't know why. But she had an EP in 2021. Did not know this. Also in 2021.
Wait,
what?
Sorry, let me double check this. I might be wrong.
She had an OST song in 2018. What is this? There's no EP, is there?
Okay, never mind. This is a lie,
dude.
This is
Fact-checking.
not a lie.
Yes.
This is a lie. It is not the truth. Never mind.
Other stuff she did though. 2021, one lead role in web drama. Yes. And 2022, 2 lead roles in major TV dramas.
If you wanted me to sum up her career, Gugudan goes Semina gets the one song, and then Gugudan implodes, right?
Correct.
She did a little bit of acting. She was one of the leads in a 2018 drama called Tale of Fairy. I've never heard of that, so it couldn't have done too well. She had the big cameo in The Luna.
I knew
which was
that.
Very
yes.
notable.
Mm-hmm.
And then she completely did no work for 2 years. That was in 2019. She did nothing for the pandemic times, essentially, right?
Well, okay.
And then she came back in 2021, made a cameo, and then she's finally getting main roles more recently, right? It's a mixed bag, for sure.
Well, here's the thing. Hotel de Luna in 2019 was the breakout for her. There is a bit of a gap because of COVID, but apparently the producers didn't forget, because now she's getting roles. Dramas which probably filmed in 2020 and 2021 that are releasing in 2021 and 2022 is what's the result of all that.
That makes a lot of sense.
Right.
Yep.
So given all that, I'm actually willing to say, while there is not a lot of bullets on here, I'm willing to say that's a green light, given that there is a very
What did we give Sejong? What did we give Sejong?
Green.
If we're giving Sejong green, and I'm pretty sure we barely gave her green. No, we definitely gave her green.
We gave her green.
She's in between green and yellow, to be fair.
I
would say yellow. Anita, wouldn't you say yellow?
I feel like it's almost green. Like maybe another major role to really solidify
You guys are
the switch.
Wow. Okay. All right. Yellow light it is, I guess.
I'm trying to find out if she's on the posters of these dramas. Do you know what I'm saying? She's on the poster for the cafe one. The Moonshine one, she is not on. It's Hetty's on the poster.
Yep.
She's actually a main character in one of them.
Right. Well, if you look at Minamdang, which aired between June and August, she is on there on the poster. She looks very mean on it for some reason.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. That's the cafe one. The other one, she's not on the poster. So she's a poster level actress on one of them.
In terms of Moonshine, which you mentioned, she's 4th on the credit list, and 2 people are on the poster. Her name is still prominently on the poster. You have to put that into perspective. Her name, not her face. Her name is on the poster. You know.
Well, my whole argument was that I just don't think that the crew has been like amazing by any stretch. I think it's been good. That's why I have it as a yellow, not a green.
Right. If anything, it's a upward trending.
Yes.
Exactly.
It feels like we're going somewhere.
It's upwards, whereas Sejong is established because she's on the poster of like everything she's in at the moment.
Right.
Yeah. I would okay if we have her at yellow, about to reach green if she gets like 1 or 2 more rolls.
Yep.
Okay. Yellow light. Edit that. Yellow light. Almost green.
I think that is the fair place to put her.
Okay. Look at this graph. That shows how successful this girl is. We're moving on to Doyeon. Whose turn is it?
Doyeon. All right. This is Doyeon. She was in Wakey Makey, or she is in Wakey Makey. They just don't release music. So under Fantagio, EP in 2021. 2021, she also had supporting roles, 3 major TV dramas. 2022, 1 lead role in an upcoming web drama, Second Class, Ihesu. How big are web dramas, Warren? Do people care or not really?
Do you watch everything that's on Netflix and Hulu?
Those are considered web dramas?
Yeah, basically it's the Korean equivalent of web dramas.
Straight to streaming.
Right, straight to streaming.
Okay.
That's the word. OTT, as the Korean people call it. The Second Class Ihizu drama in particular, let me look up more information on that. It is to be decided in terms of where it's gonna air.
So my question, Warren, is what did we give Yoojung? Did we give Yoojung green?
We gave Yoojung yellow.
If we give Yoojung yellow, we have to give Doyeon at least yellow or below.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that.
Yeah. Because their fates are tied together as the Wakey Makey 1-2 punch, whereas Chaeyoojung is the more popular member, but Doyeon is the visual of that group.
Which I never agreed with.
Yeah.
I think Wakey Makey has prettier girls. Just putting that out there.
Oh, what?
Whoa, okay. This is a whole different conversation.
I thought it was a different argument.
They have a lot of pretty looking girls. Just what do you mean?
Okay.
I'm just saying that
Your
while
preference.
for frame of reference, I think Doyeon's career at the moment stands, as the way it stands right now, is less of Yoojung's and more so close to Nayoung's.
I would agree.
Yeah.
In between, though, I think.
agree.
Not quite.
I think it's in
the same.
between, but she's yellow or red, you know? She's in that range.
I would lean into red at the moment because it seems like
Orange.
I would say it's red because it seems like her group activity is holding her down from doing more at the moment. That's my guess.
Here's another question. Do you think Wakey Makey's going to release something by November 18th, or else it's going to be a year without music?
God,
I don't think they
know.
can. Can they? The solo.
Oh yeah, her solo just
debut
happened a
came
month
out,
ago.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't think they're getting music in 2022, which is a bad sign.
For reference, I Am Me, the recent EP from Wakey Makey in 2021 sold 7.9 thousand in 1 week.
Wait, what would we throw in as? I think she's dabbling in the acting, while Wakey Makey doesn't have the most successful music career. They did have a good stretch from like 2017 to 2020 though, but after that it's been like
Here's the thing. She's getting major roles in web dramas. But even that didn't happen in 2021. This Second Class Ihizu thing is yet to be decided in terms of when and where it's gonna release in 2022. When it's 2022 for the it's almost over.
The craziest thing to think about is she's only 22 still.
She's so young.
She's still
a lot
young.
of them are really young.
Of course, they're all still young. That's why.
I would put a red, but I think it could get better.
Oh yeah, of course. Red light doesn't mean they're stopping. Red light means
No. It's just like how we feel about the career so far.
Yeah.
The Wiki Mickey would do better all these times, like as we said with Uh-Heung. It just hasn't really.
Anita, would you like to rebuttal against? Do you have a rebuttal against our yellow light decision, a red light decision?
See, I was leaning towards yellow, but I was leaning towards like an orange. You know,
well, we don't have an orange.
Color.
You can't keep making things up.
I know.
Y'all
so
giving me greenish yellow and God, no, we can't do that.
She did actually appear on a drama, Jiri-san, as the teenage version of Jun Ji-hyun, and it makes all the sense in the world because that's who she's been compared to in terms of visuals her entire career.
Why does she keep doing that? She was in the other drama as the child version of Ihani.
Really?
Is that her thing? Yeah.
I guess she just looks like all these other famous popular women. That's kind of funny, actually.
All right, I guess we're moving on.
Yes, sir.
Is it my turn to read or Anita, your turn to read?
You could do it.
All right. Well, this is Somi Jun, Somi Enik, Somi of Black Label under YG Entertainment. She had one digital single and LP full release in 2021. Nothing in 2022 yet. She is on Variety a whole bunch, as you may have seen her on TV or YouTube or whatever illegal streaming platform you're using. She also got a lot of ads. In fact, I think she wins the record count for awards in 2020 and 2021. Let me double check that real quick.
Really?
She has had in 2020. Oh, actually, you know what? She might be tied with. Oh, no, never mind. She has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in 2021. But in 2022, she had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 ads. 12 ads. That's a lot of money.
Hey, her studio album XOXO released in October of 2021 sold 60K.
60K.
And relative to these other girls we were talking about, that's significantly more.
That's a big boy number.
Somi's been an interesting person. So she produced, coming off of when she was on the 16 or 17, whatever the Twice show was. I always mess that up. It was
16.
17. She was on there. She didn't make it. She reappeared on Produce. She was the hyped up person the entire way, right?
Mm-hmm.
Claimed first place. Great. You know, Sejong did her thing too, but Somi won, which is fine. She did, so she was the center of IOI, had that career. Everyone was like, this girl is the most hyped up trainee in all of K-pop. I remember us saying this multiple times, right?
Oh, yeah.
We were like, this girl has so much hype that we'll see what happens. She was supposed to be in ITZY, right? And everyone was like, yeah, she's going to be ITZY. She's going to be the center. They're going to build the group around her because she's popular, yada, yada, yada. She leaves JYP, signs with another big three company, YG, but under the Black label, so pretty much the Teddy label, right? Yeah. Released some songs, Birthday, What You Waiting For, Dum Dum, XOXO. Mixed bag on the review of those songs. Dum Dum was popular though, for sure. That one was very popular.
Oh yeah.
And then she kind of has that whole YG treatment where she releases a song and then she completely disappears for a while, and they don't throw her on too much stuff, but she's always there and people know who she is. So it's hard to grade her, I would say.
I thought we're solid about giving this girl a green light.
I think it's an easy green light, but there's a lot of what ifs with this green light.
There's another what if that you haven't mentioned, and it's the whole YG release thing. Not a single release in 2022 is a bit of a
the number, the content.
Yeah, it's they're doing a low key version of BP with this. Not I don't know. Yeah.
You know how I remember one episode we talked about mysteries we wanted to know. I think Somi leaving JYP was one of the things we wish we had the full story on, right?
Yeah.
I believe.
Yeah.
It still is to me. I'm curious. Just don't know. Overall though, she remains extremely popular, right?
Yeah.
Whether you and she remains one of the most polarizing people in K-pop. Seems to be a sense of you're either a big Jun Somi fan or you don't like her.
Really?
She's very criticized online for almost everything she does.
For what?
Some of them are kind of her fault, though.
What did she do? I
remember one time she had a Louis Vuitton luggage and she painted on it and people were not happy. Like it's things like she just does things and people get polarized in one direction or not.
Wait, what did she do on her Louis Vuitton carriage bag?
She painted like a unicorn on it or something.
What's wrong with painting it
during a live stream? People were like, people can't afford Louis Vuittons and here you are painting on them doing arts and crafts.
Oh.
Okay, that's kind of fair, but
her money.
All I'm trying to say is that she's extremely polarizing in the industry.
I didn't realize it.
You didn't realize this? She's one of the most like people love her or hate her type.
If there is one thing that happened to her after leaving JYP and joining YG, it's that she got rid of her good girl image a little bit. And that kind of goes back to the whole Louis Vuitton thing. And now that you mention it, Doug, I do recall some of this. Like I remember she was driving a car and it was a very expensive car, and she wasn't ready.
Yeah, it seems like a lot of people have like jealousy issues with Somi for some reason. I don't know why it is, but it always comes up.
Yeah, I mean, you know,
people feel like, I guess what some people feel like is she's been like hand fed a lot of her success, which I don't think is the case. But there's a perception of that from some angry aunties.
I think a part of it is that in Korea, if you're successful, you have to be humble about it.
That might be a little bit
attitude-wise.
Right, she's definitely not one of those. I mean, I think, you know, her being partially American does play a role in her.
Yeah, I think there's a tiny bit of xenophobia involved.
Yeah. Oh, that's not what I meant at all.
What do you mean?
As in, like, American artists are more likely to, you know, be very open about their success, while as you have people like SojuTalk who are very much like, oh, don't talk about my apartment. Shh, I'm a normal person. That kind of deal.
No, you're not.
Yeah. You kind of get what I'm saying?
It's also her presence on social media because she's super active on SNS.
Right.
And people are like, you are so active on SNS, yet we don't get tons of content, you know?
Well, it's not up to her all the time, you know?
Yeah, but it's not her fault, but people attribute it to her. You know, people see her as like you know how sometimes Blackpink gets accused of being social media stars who occasionally sing? Same thing gets brought up with Somi, I've seen.
Regardless, though, I feel like she's still doing pretty well. Those numbers.
I think she's done fine. I think all of my issues with her stem, well, not even an issue. The first thing is I wonder what happened with the ITZY thing, and I wonder how ITZY would be doing if she was in the group. Right, number one. Number two, it's everything that's happened at YG Black Label. It's typically out of her control. I would like to see more releases, and the whole YG makes their products seem very exclusive. Like you're lucky we're coming back. You know what I mean? Like that's the vibe I get once in a while from them as a company, and I think that puts a bad taste in other people's mouths.
Yeah.
And sometimes in my own. To be honest, I'm like, I wish we had more content, but at the end of the day, that's their business strategy, so you gotta respect it.
Another added factor is combining both of those points. I'm a lot less willing to criticize that about Blackpink, because they were under YG as trainees. They didn't get a lot of say in terms of how they do this. Somi joined YG with a lot of value under her name.
It's one of the highest profile transfers of all time.
Yeah.
Yep.
She knew fully what she was getting herself into. Maybe Teddy sat down in the room with her and told her she's gonna get a comeback every 2 weeks. I'm gonna say that's your fault for believing him if he said that. That's just.
Also, there's always this air of like, I remember people accusing her and her dad of being like a stage dad and all that stuff. There's been things like that too.
What? I've never heard of these.
You've never heard of any of these things, dude?
Maybe I'm not that into.
So her dad, Matthew Daruma, I don't know his name off the top of my head. He's a occasional actor in Korea, right? And people always said he's living vicariously through his daughters, is the claim.
Okay, that's I've heard that, yes.
Yeah, so she's also picked up flack for that stuff too, because
her dad.
People are like, her dad wishes he was famous, so he's making his daughter be famous. Is what people have said.
Okay, that's not what I meant. It's more like the dad is, you know, having fun a little too much with his daughter.
No, not fun. People were saying like the rumor was that he was involved in the reason why she was leaving YG or something. That was another. I mean,
JYP.
Why she left JYP? Yeah.
Okay. There is a lot of evidence-less rumors here that I've never heard of. I don't think they were popular enough to be discussed in the phase of the general public. I'm willing to say that's just hearsay. Lots of, poo-poo talking on the side.
Speculations.
Yeah, I'm not willing to say. I don't really want to talk about that. If you take out all of that, I'm not happy with the amount of releases she's getting. Yes, but I think she's, for the most part, I'm willing to give it a green light.
Green light.
Green light?
I think it's a clear green light.
Okay, we give Somi a green light. Let me just edit that real quick. All right. Okay. Well, we went through all the IOI folks. 11 members. That's we got a couple red lights, but bunch of them get green lights too. So that's good, right? That's yay.
It's a mixed bag. The industry's a mixed bag.
Yeah.
I also looked into what happened to some of the kids who didn't win on Produce.
Okay.
Right. Well, the way I'll put it is Nayeon, who was supposed to be who was in Semina with Sejong and Mina, she wound up in Gudan. I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That happened.
Yeah.
Kim So-hee, she's in Nature now, I believe, right? So that happened. You remember they threw her in and she became the center overnight?
Oh yeah.
That was something. Chae-kyung was in April. Hee-hyun was with Cheon and Daya. I think the most successful person who didn't win on Produce is So-yeon in G-Idol.
Right.
She was 20th place, and she's now the main driving force of G-Idol.
Wow. I forgot she wasn't produced at all.
She got we gave her 20th somehow.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Now she's a massive force in the industry.
Wait, actually, you know what? I remember after that she had a role in Unpretty Rap Star, whichever season it was.
She did. Yeah, she did.
If you like Soyeon, but you don't know about all of the past, watch her rap battles on Unpretty Rap Star. She destroys people on that show.
You know what? I'm gonna do another one. Watch the intro Cypher video. She's easily the best there.
She's clearly the best one on that show.
Yeah. And I was like, all of these so-called rappers are kind of poo-poo. Why is this girl so good? She doesn't belong in the mix right now.
I remember we watched it together, and you're like, man, everyone's bad but Soyeon.
Yeah.
I think is what you told me.
Yeah. And I was like, who is this girl that came out of nowhere? I don't even know who this is.
And I was like, she was on Produce. That's what I said. Yeah, back then. Other than that, we had a bunch of the Pristin / Hinapia kids. We have Seokhyun, who is in Gongwon Sonyo. Eunbin, they added her to CLC. Y'all remember that?
Okay.
Hwang Soo-yeon is now the performance team manager for Dreamcatcher.
Whoa, okay.
She does their choreography and stage stuff and things like that. So she might not be an idol herself. Cool. She is still connected pretty deeply. And I've seen her in the Dreamcatcher videos and behind the scenes stuff. I would say the second most successful non-winner is Shihyun from Everglow was on the show.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
If y'all remember, she was in season 1 and produced 48 when she came out with Wang Yidun in season 2. But she was also in season 1. She placed 40th.
Wow.
So that happened.
40th.
Yeah, we have a couple other Wakey Makey members, one girl in Fanatics, and another Nature member. But that's pretty much it. There's really been only 2 massive success stories. And maybe Eunbin and CLC, they did well for a while. And I don't know what's up with Gongwon Sonyo, but we haven't gotten a track in a while.
That's true.
Yeah, Kiwi Media, what you doing?
Gongwon Sonyo, here's a funny thing. I saw this video, right?
Okay.
They won a blender from a crane game. It was like a really funny video.
Wait, what do you mean a blender? Like a
the crane game
thing?
Had to pick out the ball.
Yeah.
And then the ball normally has a prize, but a couple of them had a key to unlock safes. And they got the one with the key, and they won a blender, and it's really funny. The video, they're freaking out because they won. Yeah, if you look up Gongwon Sonyo blender, it comes up. But it went pretty viral. I thought, but that's a funny video I've seen.
Oh God, they gotta wonder what they used the blender for.
Food.
What do you think they
Cooking.
Do they cook a
Eating.
Sure. I mean,
They
they have. What else could they be doing since May 26th of last year, dude?
I hope.
Recording.
Hope they're okay.
Overall though, they're not a bunch of kids who got successful, and I think that really just shows how the industry is, where so many kids try out, so many kids end up in small groups, things like that, and like very few make it to the top of the mountain.
Yeah, success is difficult to achieve.
Number one, you got to beat out all the kids who want to be trainees. Then you got to endure the trainee period, get into a good group. The group has to be successful, and then you've made it. There's so many steps to even get there.
A lot of hoops.
Yeah.
Mm.
And if you're not someone who ended up at one of the big companies, good luck, right? Like
It's harder, yeah.
it's harder.
It was a mentality I haven't seen in a while, but with the newer debuts of trainees who debuted with a very short trainee period, like the girl from New Jeans and another that I don't remember the name of off the top of my head. There's a couple of those in the recent couple of years that's debuted with a very relatively short trainee period, whereas Jiho she trained for like what, 8-9 years or something like that.
Jokwon was like 10 or something, right?
Yeah. It seems like the trainee period per se has gotten a lot shorter for a lot of these folks, and that's made a lot of folks go, "Ooh, I want to be a K-pop idol. That's the dream I want to have." Sure, if that's the dream you have, go for it. But at the same time, the chances of you making a lot of money is very, 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 very low.
I think we saw the statistic that the top like 1% of groups makes 95% of the money or something like that. Something of that nature. It's a tough industry. I think you have to go into it not to try to make money. I think the money comes with success, but it doesn't. Like, it shouldn't be the driving factor. I think you should actually want to be an idol for whatever reason.
I think for the fact of the matter, most of the folks we put on here as green light, red light, yellow light, most of them are doing fine. They're continuing to get work, which is at the end of the day, as a celebrity, that's what matters.
That's what pays.
Right. At the end of the day, if you're getting work, that means you're getting more opportunities and you're getting more doors open. So even though we've put out red light for a lot of these folks, I think it's still very much the case of like they still have something going for them. One thing to remember in the Korean entertainment industry, you do not make nearly as much money as you do in America in terms of the American industry.
Yes. Where, as in America, you could have a one-hit wonder and you're set for life because it made like $20 million, right? In Korea, you could hustle all the time and end up making like 40 G's a year, you know?
Yeah.
It is what it is with the way the industry.
I think another part of why you can't be successful as a one-hit wonder is because the moment you're a one-hit wonder, they tell you to try a new thing. Keep going. Go for a second thing, and you kind of have to, and you spend a lot of money, and now you have a big debt on your bank account.
Overall though, IOI was a man, what a fun time. If you could ever watch Produce season 1, watch it. It's so jank and so like
I wouldn't call it that.
It's so like, oh my god, they actually pulled this off, right? Now, put the rigging in your head aside, right? Don't think about the rigging. But just think about the dumpster fire that was this show. It was so entertaining.
So yeah.
It was.
가수가 하고 싶어?
Dude, there was so many memes off of this show. Like
It was great. It was a good time.
Overall, this was a fun thought experiment. It ran long, but like, I think we gave them the amount of time they deserve.
Of course. They might not be getting roles in dramas, but they'll get a role in our show.
God. I also watched the live stream, their 5-year reunion live stream that they had. Aww. That was pretty fun. Brings back a lot of memories. You know?
Okay.
Well, this has been SojuTalk, your weekly shot of K-pop. I'm Doug. I'd like to thank Warren and Anita for joining me this week.
I thought we're not doing that at the end of the. I thought that's supposed to happen at part 2. You made fun of me last week for doing it.
Oh, did I? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, next week, dumpster fire vote. We'll see you guys then. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.